From the moment your alarm rings, you likely feel like the conscious director of your day. You choose when to stand up, what to wear, and how to navigate the morning. But that sense of total control is a fabrication. True, active decision-making is a rare occurrence in a typical day. This data visualization clarifies the gap between perception and reality. It shows that between 40 and 50% of all daily actions are subconscious habits rather than active decisions. Because half of our behavior is already automated, relying on raw willpower to change routines usually leads to a dead end. Conscious effort is simply outnumbered by the volume of these pre-programmed responses. These actions are dictated by a hidden psychological architecture. It is a system that operates in the background, steering behavior long before a conscious thought even forms. To address these behaviors, we first have to map how this internal system is actually built. The brain operates under a strict analogical constraint. Active, conscious decision-making requires high levels of physiological energy to maintain. To preserve these resources, the mind evolved to offload repetitive tasks into the subconscious. By turning frequent actions into routines, the brain significantly reduces its power consumption. This is known as automaticity. It is the specific process where a repeated action moves from a conscious choice to a background sequence. The brain actively rewires itself, thickening neural pathways to lock behavior into its physical structure. Once these pathways are reinforced, the behavior begins to feel mandatory. The physical change makes the habit an involuntary reflex rather than a choice. Stubborn habits are the result of a brain successfully executing its own energy-saving protocols. This system doesn't require a special event to activate. It is triggered by completely ordinary environments. The process begins with environmental triggers. Specific times, locations, or even certain smells initiate a behavior sequence without requiring conscious input. Next are emotional vacuums. Internal states, such as a spike in stress or boredom, compel the brain to seek a familiar behavioral fix. Finally, biological rewards, like dopamine, solidify the loop, connecting the trigger, vacuum, and reward to turn a single action into a permanent response. These elements dictate everything from stress responses to daily productivity, while we focus on other things. Without identifying these specific components in your life, you remain a passenger to these automated sequences. Identifying these patterns provides a clear path to intervention. Understanding the system is what allows you to manipulate it. This is the basis of psychological engineering. Long-term change is achieved by redesigning physical environmental triggers so they no longer initiate the old sequence. You can disrupt the loop by identifying the emotional vacuum and substituting a different behavior that provides the same biological satisfaction. Altering physical surroundings forces a disruption of old routines. Shifting the environment creates a blank slate, moving the brain back into an active state. Consistent intervention in these triggers and rewards eventually compels the brain to build and reinforce entirely new neural pathways. Mastering the mind's internal mechanics allows you to stop fighting against your own biology and begin acting as the architect of your own life.